Hi there, this is Rebecca Cuevas, founder and CEO of Learn and Get Smarter Incorporated, and I'm so thankful that you've stopped by my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're a returning visitor, I'm so thrilled that you've chosen to spend some of your time with me visiting and learning about great instructional design best practices for your online course or membership site. Welcome. I'd love it if you'd watch this video all the way to the end. Please hit the red subscribe button so you can be part of our community and stay in touch. And if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. I'm not in favor of thumbs down. I don't find that a valuable form of feedback. So if you have something that you see in this video or any of my videos that could be better, I'd love to hear about it. Please send me an email to rebecca@learnandgetsmarter.com and tell me what could be better, or that I have spinach on my tooth, or whatever the issue is. And let me know what you would like me to share about how to create great online courses from a learning point of view. So today I want to talk about feelings. How are you feeling about creating your online course? Are you excited? Are you optimistic? Are you hopeful? Or are you feeling discouraged and just frustrated and stressed and overwhelmed? I find that a lot of experts do tend to feel quite overwhelmed when they try to create an online course. And the reason for that is that you have so much knowledge, wisdom, experience, training in a specific area that you want to share with people. And it can just be completely overwhelming to try to structure that into an online course. That's how I can help. I spent my whole life in education, and specifically the last 10 years, studying and researching and exploring how can we take great learning experiences that we know how to create in the real world, in a face-to-face teaching setting, and turn that into an equally great, or even better perhaps, online learning experience. And the way to do it is not necessarily intuitive. It's not what you think. For example, I tried things I knew worked as an experienced educator, like creating interactive activities, scavenger hunts and all sorts of fun things like that. But I discovered that online, I'm not saying you can never do a scavenger hunt online, it depends on the context, but just to start from a perspective of let's create a fun learning activity, it's not the right place to start, because you could spend a lot of time designing it, and then when you put it online, it's complicated. It's too hard for your learners to figure out. It ends up taking them off into the internet, never to return. So you have to start from a really solid, strict backbone of instructional design for your online course, and be really disciplined and kind of put blinders on to everything that isn't the specific learning journey that you're trying to take your learners on. The online learning space is quite unforgiving. It doesn't give you the room that you have in a face-to-face setting where you're getting immediate feedback from your learners if something's working or not working. Online, you don't always know that. And they could be off, watching cat videos on Facebook without you even realizing it. In fact, let's face it, they probably are watching cat videos on Facebook. So how do we corral them back and get them to focus on the subject matter that they've signed up for? So we need to make it, work for them. So feelings can, for online course creators they're like a roller coaster. One day you're on top of the world. You're like, oh my gosh, this is going to be the best course ever. It's going to change the world, and so forth. And then the next day you're just down in the trough. It's like, oh, nothing's working. I'm down a tech rabbit hole. I thought I was done, and now I find out I've got a whole nother long bunch of things I have to do. It's just endless. So I would like to create a supportive community for online course creators. And it's not going to be like every other kind of mindset training. First of all, I'm not here to pump you up. I'm here to support you long term and to help you find that middle balance. The roller coaster is going to happen. It's just part of the process. So how do we maintain our balance on that roller coaster? Kind of like a mental Pilates, you know, where our core strength, our emotional core strength is so solid that nothing can knock us off our foundation, because we need to go the distance in order to make our course work. So my mindset training is going to be focused on a couple things. First of all, it will be an example of how to create any kind of course that teaches an attitude change. An attitude change, you can't demonstrate you've changed your attitude towards something by saying you have. You know, if you say, I'll be mellow from now on, I'll be mellow about my online course creation, well, okay, but what happens on Thursday when you fly off the handle because, you know, for the 10th time the tech thing didn't work? I mean, that's normal. That happens to all of us. So the only way to demonstrate that you've really achieved a mindset change or an attitude change is through changed behavior. And the behavior that we want to achieve as online course creators is just that steady, you know, middle ground progress towards a goal. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint. So we need to, you know, preserve our energy, replenish ourselves, get some rest, take a break, give ourselves a break, get back in the game, all those kinds of things. So I want to create a community that does that. My community is going to be called Course Crafters Camp. And why am I naming it a camp? Because I want this to be fun. I also want to bring in some things that we don't get to experience enough in the online space, such as physical movement, touching, you know, tactile, kinesthetic. These types of learning are really challenging to do in the online space, and you know that already if you're teaching in any kind of subject matter that has to do with physical movement or that requires hands-on interaction. So I want to, you know, especially make sure we don't neglect those areas of online teaching, and don't neglect them in our own lives. You know, we don't want to spend so long sitting at the computer that, you know, our muscles freeze up. I've done it. You probably have too. So camp, you know, will involve, you know, some physical movement and some, you know, focusing on different areas of sensory experience that are part of our learning mechanism as humans. You know, it's a very interesting time where we spend so much time interacting with technology. I love technology. I'm not saying we shouldn't have our screens. You're watching me on a screen right now. Thank you so much. But how do we make our relationship with technology work for us to support our human feelings and our human sensory needs as, you know, physical beings? So this is something that I want to explore by creating a camp that's a fun place, a relaxing but also invigorating place. And one of the areas of Course Crafters Camp is going to be called the Attitude Adjustment Area. And I'm just going to have so much fun with this, and I think you're going to love it. It's going to be a blast. So in the Attitude Adjustment Area, we will be exploring how to adjust attitudes, our own or our learners, how to create a mindset course that is effective in producing long-term behavior change. So I'd like to start with ourselves, you know, creating a mindset support course, an attitude adjustment course for online course creators. So I would love it if you would drop me a note in the comments. What help would you like in terms of attitude support for your online course creation journey? You could also, if you prefer not to put it in the comments, send me an email to Rebecca@learnandgetsmarter.com. And also, I will be, when I create the course, I'll come back to this video. I don't have it created yet, and I'll put the link to the course right in the comments, so you could actually join us and be part of our community and work together to support each other for that long-term, middle-level, you know, course strength process of getting our courses designed, developed, delivered, and out there so they can start lighting up the planet one mind and one heart at a time. Stay fabulous, and I will see you online.